Hello everyone, welcome back to Meeta's podcasts, my channel, and I'm happy to welcome Rod Magsino. Thank you, Rod, for joining me today. Rod, as I know, is a wonderful person, having known him for some time now, a good friend, a family man, father of 3 kids, and he is into finances and helped many families along the way. He's been in this business as a executive marketing director for about 29 years this May.
This May, yes.
Wonderful. And did a wonderful job of helping many families financially, but not just financially, as a friend. So I welcome Rod, and the platform is yours.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Meeta, for having me be part of this interview.
Sure.
You know, it's interesting because this May represents my 29th year in this company, 29th year in this industry, and I feel like I'm just barely getting started. I'm excited to be part of this field and having the opportunity to financially educate many individuals, families, business owners, and it's interesting because this wasn't my normal path. As a matter of fact, I graduated from college back in 1997 with a business marketing degree, and I was actually supposed to be a doctor. And my dad was a doctor, practiced for over 50 years as a doctor.
Wow.
And in my culture, Filipino culture, if you have a parent that's a doctor or a lawyer or engineer or even a CPA, one of the children is expected to be the same profession to keep the status of that profession in the family. And so I have an older brother, never took medicine. I have an older sister, never took medicine. So guess who's the token person to be the doctor? And so, sure enough, I was the one expected to become a doctor. I attempted it in college, and I knew it just wasn't for me. And I switched gears to be in business marketing, but I felt that I let my parents down. So I I graduated thinking that I was going to take a master's in business administration, because if I can't be a doctor, at least I can be an administrator to oversee doctors, which made a lot of sense, right? And it was at that point where my dad said, no, there's something else better than taking your master's. And I was really shocked. I said, Dad, I mean, you have the highest of all the degrees out there. What can be better than getting my master's? And he says, you know what, you got to be in the financial industry. He goes, I've worked hard for money all my life, and I don't want you to be in my shoes when you get to be my age where all you're doing is working for money. And it's true. You know, so many people work hard. You would think that, being a doctor, you make a lot of money and your lifestyle's set. But that it's not always true. But because behind the scenes, my dad would make a lot of money. But then again, the more money you make, the more money you what? The more money you spend. And the more money you spend, the harder you have to go to work. And the harder you work, you make more money, so you can have more expenses. And I've seen that go through all his life. And he didn't want me to follow the same path. And he says, you know what, son, if you really want to break that cycle, come into an industry that's going to teach a lot about finance, which is something he wasn't able, and my mom wasn't able to do. And then he says, whatever you learn from here, I want you to apply. And whatever you apply, I want you to teach. And there's an opportunity that once you teach, you can make more money than a doctor. And it was at that point that I never looked back. And I've been doing this now for almost 3 decades, having the chance to, like doctors, they see people who are sick to make them more healthy. I see people that are financial sick to make them more wealthy. And so having the opportunities to share with people different concepts about financial literacy, financial education, to heal them from their financial ailments, that is the joy of what I've been doing for all these years.
Wow, wonderful. Interestingly, my parents are both doctors.
Wow.
And they taught me to not go that route because they weren't emergency doctors, they're a surgeon and an OBGYN, but they always had emergencies.
Wow.
All my life, all my childhood, I've seen them in an emergency almost every day. So surgical and maternity together, too much work.
Oh, wow.
So they were like, don't become a doctor. And here I am, I went on to become a scientist. So, but very interesting to listen that. And what tips can you share with our viewers?
Wow. I tell you this, one of the main tips that I share with my clients one of the main things is having discipline. You know what I mean? And not only being educated about finance, but really applying what you've learned into practical use. It's interesting, Meeta, because Bill Gates has a quote. He says, if you're born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that is your fault. That is your fault.
You didn't help yourself.
You didn't help yourself, and if you had the resources and the means to learn about these things and you don't do it, then that's definitely your fault. And so another thing that that is very, very important is that, don't spend money you don't have to buy things you don't need to impress people you don't even like. You know what I mean? We're so stuck in a society that we're influenced by social media. We're influenced by people that wear nice clothes, nice Rolex watches, Louis Vuitton, Chanel purses, nice cars, nice homes. And then you get influenced by that, saying it's like, wow, I don't want to be the poor person in my friend group. I don't want to be the poor person amongst my colleagues, my coworkers. And so I want to buy that Rolex watch. I want to take those nice vacations. And then I want to post it in social media so everyone can see the type of lifestyle I'm living. But you know what? Behind the scenes, they're struggling because they got to keep up just trying to press everyone with money they don't have. Right? So
very nice tip what you just said. And to practice that, don't try to impress people you don't even know, things you don't need. To practice that, I think what you need is a free mind.
Absolutely.
I care about me and my family or inner circle, but I'm not working for anything else than more than my needs and maybe a little bit of a luxury.
Absolutely.
Other than that,
Absolutely.
It calls for a free mind.
It's definitely free mind, but also an open mind, and to break old habits. There's a saying: in order to break an old habit, in order to create a new habit, you got to break an old habit, right? And so if you have a habit to spend, if you have a habit to purchase things before you even earn your paycheck, right? Like using your credit card or putting things on loan, right? Again, that's money you don't have to purchase things you don't need. And so, if you break an old habit, that's how you can create a new habit with the proper disciplines and putting all those things in place. And then once you compound that over time, you're going to be set. You're going to be set. I tell you this, Meeta, I have a 23-year-old son. And I told my son,
boy.
Yes, thank you. And I told my son this. I said to him, if all you do is set aside money that you normally spend on eating out or Amazon shopping or just leisure and having fun. I go, picture this. If you save $17 a day, right? $17 a day, and it's very easy to spend $17 a day nowadays, right? Just on a combo meal or just buying things on Amazon. It's very easy to spend $17 a day, Starbucks, whatever, right? So I told my son, I go, if all you do is save $17 a day, which is $500 a month, and if you find a place where you can earn 8% over a 30-year period, right? Over a 30-year period, do you know how much that's going to yield for him? That's going to yield for him over $700,000 after 30 years. So can you imagine?
Wow.
Where's that $700,000 going to if you're not saving? Well, that's going to Starbucks. That's going to Amazon. That's going to, all those fast food places. And so all it takes really to build wealth is a proper discipline. If all you do is discipline yourself over time and then, use that money that you would have been spending elsewhere and set it aside and have it compound, it's going to work wonders and miracles for you to have a very stable and secure financial future.
Wow, so small steps
Absolutely.
towards a large accumulated chunk for you in the future. So again, simple, easy solutions to our wealth matters is on the tagline of this channel. So that's very important. Thank you. So you said don't spend the money you don't have for things you don't need to impress people you don't even know or don't like or don't care
That's
about.
That's right.
And then you said small safe, but small consistent. And every day, and it adds up to a large chunk in the future.
Yes.
Anything else?
One last thing is this. I've learned from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's one of the richest people in the world. He says, you know what? He said this. He goes, someone is sitting under shade because someone planted a tree a long time ago, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So can you imagine if you plant your seed today and you take care of that seed, that money seed, and you take care of it, you save, you put it in the right place, that's giving you property returns, proper tax advantages. That's going to provide you the shade that's going to take care of you for the rest of your life, not only for your generation, but for the next generation afterwards, right?
Yeah.
But what if you plant your seed when you're in your 40s? What if you plant your seed when you're 50s? And then you're going to retire the next 10 to 15 years from now. What type of shade are you going to really have? Not much. So if you only plant your seed when you're 50s and you plant it for 10 years or even 15 years, and then you expect the shade to take care of you for the rest of your life, now you will realize, oh, shoot, I don't have that much shade. And so what do you have to do? You have to continue to go to work. You have to continue to work until you're in your 70s, until your 80s, or even until you die, unfortunately. So always people say, well, it's too late to start. No, you plant that seed, whether how young you are or how old you are, you still plant that. And then if you if you plant that seed and take care of it, then it's gonna again grow wondrous miracles for you as far as again creating that solid financial future which you deserve, basically.
And it's, from what you say, it doesn't seem very hard to accumulate substantial funds to retire happily. Just do something small regularly,
Yes,
consistently.
absolutely.
If possible, start at a very young age. If not, then if you're already in your 30s or 40s or 50s, it's okay. Start today,
Yes,
like you're advising me.
yes, absolutely. Yes.
So wonderful. And there is an old Chinese saying, and even in India we say, anytime you sit under the shade, think of who must have planted and watered it.
Yes.
How many years ago, and the fruits and the shade of it we're enjoying today.
Yes.
So yes, we should do that for ourselves first, and then for our families. Anything else?
That's about it. I mean, I can have an interview here that can be hours with the many years and the many things I've experienced. But those are the key concepts. If all you do is follow those concepts and really apply them, and really are disciplined to be conscious about what you're doing and saving money, then you're gonna again build that strong financial future that's gonna allow you to be secure in your finances and for your family as well.
So I'm going to call you Dr. Rod, because you are a financial doctor. I know you've done wonders in the financial field. I am aware of some of your work, so I'm very, very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And maybe we can connect
Absolutely,
again and
absolutely.
have some more tips.
Yes.
But thank you so much, everyone, and thank you, Rod.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right.